Hello everybody, it is Mikkel, and today I'm going to be talking about The Good Place, Season 2, premiere! Everything is great! And everything was great. It was an amazing episode, and hopefully I won't be interrupted this time because of, the last few times I've tried recording this video, I was interrupted. So, hopefully that won't happen again. Immediately, the first thing that comes to mind is the scene where Eleanor sees Chidi for the first time, because that scene hit me pretty hard. I don't know, just the way she, looked up, and he was just there, and it was like, there he is, you know? Find Chidi, she found him. There's the goal. And maybe it's just it hit me a little bit harder because I've been meditating on find Chidi for a few months and how is she going to do that? I don't know. And so it kind of felt like the journey was a lot longer than it would have been if I was actually in Eleanor's shoes, or if I was in the world of the show, or if I was dead, I should say. But one thing that I really noticed is that this episode, I assume this season, felt really, really different, as in a good different. It feels it feels extremely different, but also being the exact same. I read in an interview or a video sometime when season 1 ended, when they had oh, it's actually the Bad Place reveal, where it's Michael couldn't be seen talking to any of the other neighborhood people because then we would know what's up. And so seeing all of that was very interesting, seeing the behind the scenes, okay, so when everyone acknowledges that this is a bad place, this is how they act. And so it felt extremely different due to that. But also then we get some of the Eleanor and Chidi stuff, and it's oh, this is the same show. This is the exact same thing, except different, refreshing, which I think that's kind of a good season thing, right? It's that's how season should be. Different, better, but the same, you know? It keeps what made the show good, but also just being a better thing. Anyway, I've talked about that for a few minutes. I should go on to just about the episode in general. I thought it was interesting how it started up showing every single person's entrance into the good place, and I don't know how I feel about that. At first, when it showed Chidi, I was okay, yeah, this is going to be a fun adventure where she gets to find people. When she saw Jason at the beginning, I was oh my goodness, there he is. She found Jason before she found Chidi. What? And then Michael came by when she found Jason. It's he was freaking out. You can tell he's what? How did this just happen? How did she, out of an entire neighborhood of people, just happen to bump into one of the 3 other people that she shouldn't bump into yet? I thought it was really really funny. And then the gear, that was way important. I can tell. My gut feeling is telling me that this is how she's going to figure out in version 3. Her upper hand is gone. They are now at an evil level because she gave up the note. And it's okay, well, she just told Michael about the note. Now what's going to happen? They're going to reset again? Is them resetting going to be every episode? And it's just, okay, let's see how fast she can figure it out and figure out a plan. She was a jerk, but she also felt nicer, Eleanor did. It feels maybe the original Good Place might still be in her somewhere. She might still have maintained the lessons and stuff that she learned from Chidi and is a good person. I only saw the episode once, and it was at 4 or 5 in the morning, so I'm not 100% sure. I wanted to rewatch it, but I don't know when my roommates are going to show up again, so kind of flying by ear. But this is more of an initial reactions video, not a review, so it's okay. But I ended up also being okay with all of the characters being separated into their own 11-minute chunks, and the last few minutes where they all kind of merged together, and it was basically the season 1 finale where they all figured out, hey, they're all in Eleanor's house and they all figure out, oh my goodness, we're in the bad place. What? That's crazy. And Michael's let's go again, gotta do it again. Except this time he didn't ask good old Sean that he should do it, and so Sean doesn't know. So I know this is the popular theory that everybody's spitting about right now. Maybe this is Michael's bad place. Maybe we are a level lower than we are. Maybe we need to take another step back and see another level. And it's oh my goodness, the bad place for all these people failing is the bad place for Michael. Okay, is that what we're going to do? I think that's very likely, but I don't know if that's what I want them to do, because it's people have already figured, I feel like that might be a little too obvious. Like, when it happens, it'll be more of like, okay, there it is, instead of a, oh my goodness, what? This recontextualizes everything in the entire series up to this point, like the first season finale did. Let me tell you, that was a great season finale. All my complaints about the series after that twist, they were gone. It's like, okay, that one thing that happened was a little stupid. I don't understand why that character did that. Oh, they were told to do that so they can screw with Eleanor. Okay, yeah, it all makes sense. Perfect, good. Speaking of Eleanor, if we're going the by Eleanor route, it's a good route. Let's continue going down that path. I also thought this episode was very funny. Like, whenever they were talking about Chidi and then like the two partners, I was like, okay, I don't understand. Is he going to like feel guilty about having two partners? Is that what they're dealing with? He's like, okay, so you're gonna have to choose. I was like, okay, well, personal hell. There it is. And then Tahani had the really small house, and Jason had, you know, the monk guy who wouldn't talk and wouldn't leave him alone. One thing that, like, one of my thoughts throughout the entire episode was, okay, it's a little too obvious for him. Like, don't spoil the twist ending for them just yet. Like, these are your personal hells, and we're just pushing you right in there. Instead of, like, in the first season where it's like, this is perfect, this is everything. Except, you know, it's like a house. It's like 2 or 3 degrees off, where it's like, you can tell there's something off, but it's like, I can't see anything wrong. Yeah, I don't really feel anything wrong, but I also sense and kind of feel in certain places that things are wrong. They figured it out super fast. I'm so proud. Like, halfway through the episode when they were at the party and then Eleanor was like about to give the speech, I was almost convinced that Eleanor was just going to say, hey, I don't belong here, just at the beginning of the party, and then just everyone would be like, well, when it happened last time, everything got screwed up, but that was a few months in, or that was I don't know how long I was in, probably not too long, because, yeah. But, like, this was way shorter. It was, like, a night of them arriving in the good place, and so I was like, okay. A tiny little theory, a tiny little inkling in my brain is telling me that this next reset, they're going to focus more on Tahani and exploit the fact that she was, like, freaking out and messing everything up in version 2. So I think maybe Tahani might be the Eleanor of this season, and I've read the theory that Tahani is working for Michael because we didn't see her death in the flashback last season. I don't like that theory. I don't like that theory at all, really. It's just like, okay, we haven't seen her death yet. They weren't able to fit it in to the episodes that they had. We're still going to see it this season, I'm pretty sure, right? Like, I would be surprised if we've seen all the major character deaths except for Tahani and Michael, because Michael's totally being in hell. Like, this, I'm convinced that it's Michael's hell, but I want to be proven wrong. I want to be blown away by, like, the season finale. Anyway, I think that Tahani is going to be the Eleanor of this season and is going to be the person that they exploit to start up everyone's hells. I think that the gear has another meaning of some sort, because they spent quite a bit of time hammering into your head that she had the gear. She, like, went to Chidi and talked about it. She was, like, talking about it later on. She was just really focused on the gear. She, like, even mentioned it to Michael, I believe, like, at the end. She was like, oh, there was a gear, but, I mean, the more I think about it, the more it's just came from that guy, and I don't think he has any meaning for that. Good place. I'm really, really excited for where their season's going. Sorry that my thoughts and ideas were kind of everywhere. It's just, yeah. One thing that I thought was really funny was real Eleanor from last season, like, being put into a part that she didn't like. She's like, okay, this doesn't even matter. Like, this is stupid Denise. Like, she owns a pizza place. I don't care about that. I want to break their hearts. I want to hurt them. So I thought that was really funny, and everybody just kind of complains, like, I want to go back to the old-fashioned way of torturing things. I mean, tried and true, right? I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm excited to see if they are eventually on board with this, if Michael ends up succeeding. One thing about Michael is I was freaked out with, like, that one, like, evil laugh thing that he did. Like, we was, like, not laughing, but, like, freaking out. He's like, oh, what's going on, you know? That was kind of creepy. Like, Ted, he's a really good actor. Like, last season when he did the evil laugh, it's, like, chills. This season when he was, like, freaking out, it was like, okay, I'm scared. This guy can murder me in, like, literally any way he wants to. I'm excited for this season. I can't wait to see where it goes. It's one of my favorite shows. It's my favorite show currently airing, because BoJack Horseman's over for this season, so, yeah. But, good place, so good. I don't want to wait another week for another episode. Like, for BoJack Horseman, like it all came out at once, and I was like, well, I kind of wish it came out weekly so I could like experience it a little bit longer. Now The Good Place is coming out weekly, and it's like kind of wish it was all like on Netflix, like the whole season at once, so I don't have to wait. But oh well. I just know that like in January when the finale comes, weekly will be worth it. I'm really excited for this season. If any of you guys work on The Good Place and like writer, just some guy, some intern at NBC who just happened to click on this video, you guys found something really good. I'm really glad that it got a second season. And I can't wait to see like the new dynamics, right? Like I feel like we're going to, I don't know if he's just going to start doing a bunch of different versions without anybody knowing except for the people in the neighborhood. I think it would be interesting if he just started like freaking out and like kind of hit the reset button every time one slight tiny thing went wrong. It's like, okay, what? She didn't drink? Okay, reset. She get paired up with Jason at one point or Tahani at one point and just other random characters at one point, that we know. Maybe real Eleanor. Maybe she'll get to break hearts like Eleanor's heart. Real Eleanor breaking fake Eleanor's heart. I don't know. The whole real fate. I don't know her name. I just know her as real Eleanor, so whatever. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. This is a very long video about my thoughts on The Good Place Season 2 premiere, and I hope that maybe you guys like it. Maybe I could do these weekly? I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye, and thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great day, my guys, gals, and non-binary pals. See ya! Let's turn this. Roommate immediately comes back.